Hello to all the MASL masses out there listening and or watching. We are just a few months away from the start of another glorious season of professional indoor soccer. We are here today to bring you the first of many editions of the MASL Insider, telling stories from around the league. If you don't know me, no problem. I'm about to introduce myself. My name is Christian Philemon, also known as Philly. And today we are going to be chatting with one of the three members of the holy trinity of commissioners we now have in our league. This man, for many, needs no introduction. Our guest today grew up in upstate New York. While in college at Oneonta State, he was a four-year member of the soccer team. By the time he had graduated, he had left as the school's all-time leader in points. He parlayed that success and became the first pick of the 1978 MASL draft. His career took him from Washington, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Kentucky, and to Georgia. When all was said and done, and if my sources are correct, he played in over 256 games, having found the back of the net on 53 occasions. During our guest's playing days, he discovered a passion for the business of indoor soccer and coaching, a passion that would lead him through 27 seasons coaching three different clubs before settling in as the head coach of the Milwaukee Wave. He's the all-time winningest coach in North American indoor soccer with over 700 wins, 6 league titles, 8 Coach of the Year awards. His success indoors led him to a coaching position where he represented the red, white, and blue in multiple Futsal World Cup and CONCACAF championships, winning 2 CONCACAF gold medals. He also runs the extremely popular World of Futsal podcast, where he has over 250,000 listeners. Folks, without a doubt, our guest is one of the most successful coaches in not only just soccer, but U.S. soccer. We now are lucky to call him commissioner. Folks, we have Keith Tozer on MASL Insider. Welcome, Keith.
Philly, it's so great to be on your show. So excited about the conversation we're going to have for all the indoor fans to get them kind of caught up to speed. But thanks for that introduction. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, you have legendary accolades, and there's plenty of people out there that know them, but I wanted to reiterate them for those who might have forgot or might have not known. Now, I got to say, it's an honor to be chatting with you today. It's not so often that, again, I get to chat with legendary personas of the beautiful game. So again, thank you for the time.
That's my honor and pleasure.
Now, it's been almost 3 months. Like, how does it feel? Has it sunk in? Like, how's it feel being called commissioner?
No, it hasn't sunk in yet. It's kind of funny. It's kind of like maybe the circle of life. You know, you start as a player, then a player coach, then a coach, then a VP of soccer along with coaching, and then add commissioner. I do think about it every day. I'm extremely blessed, as everyone knows, that not only I, but Shep and JP, we feel that indoor soccer has been a huge part of our lives. And it's a big honor to be in the league front office and hopefully taking it to the next level.
The official announcement came out June 3rd. How busy have you, Shep, and JP been?
We've been extremely busy, and we knew we were going to be busy, and that's something that we were very excited about. So obviously, most of the day is filled up with everything that we need to do. We're kicking the tires. We're looking under the hood. We're making sure that we got everything covered from A to Z, but it's been a lot of fun so far.
What's been the most surprising element of the job that you've come across in your first few weeks at the helm of this ship?
Yeah, Philly, there really hasn't been anything really surprising. We kind of knew going into this what we needed to do. And what we felt with, and we are signed for 3 years, is this first year from A to Z, what can we improve on the field and off the field? So the work that we've been doing so far hasn't really been surprising. It's been really much more exciting.
Absolutely. And of course, we're excited. The season's around the corner, a few short months away. And with that in mind, we got to address the big news that just came out. We've just been informed that Mesquite and Rochester will be sitting out the season and that Turlock will now be competing in M2. Keith, how much of a surprise has this been, and what led the clubs to take these actions?
Yeah, again, it was no surprise. I mean, we talked to the owners and the members every week. We talk to the coaching staff. We want to make sure that when a team moves forward, that they're ready to move forward. We know that Mesquite really got into the MASL late. They didn't have a lot of groundwork. They sat out the season for COVID. They are going to be back for the 22-23 season. They have a great ownership. They got their own building. And the same thing with Rochester. It was more of a business decision. And we're kind of like taking maybe a step back to take a huge leap forward. So it really was no surprise. They will be a part of our league meetings. They will be part of the game plan going through the 21-22 season. And the Turlock situation, give the owners a lot of credit there. This was a decision made by the league, not by the owners, is that we used to call them minimum standards. We're calling them professional standards. And we have standards, size of arenas, ownership groups, what's behind them. So we felt that was the best for the MASL is Turlock to play this season in the 2, which is going to be great for them. And possibly maybe playing an exhibition game in Stockton at the arena where they used to play at, the Stockton team. So I think all these moves are actually very good for the MASL and moving forward.
How do you think how do you feel this news is going to impact the league going forward? And what do you think, what message does it send?
I think it sends a good message. I think, before the history was, hey, let's get a team in late summer, let's get them kicked off in November and then have troubles come March and April. I think our philosophy, our culture is to make sure that teams have the long enough runway in order to be successful. So again, the league office, Shep, JP, myself, Rob, John, we're taking a look at every franchise to make sure that every member is on the right course in order to be successful. And I think that's extremely important.
Got it. Now, last season, obviously, we dealt through unprecedented times. We're still within unprecedented times. As last season progressed, we had more and more teams coming into the season. Is this door still open for Mesquite and Rochester? Meaning that if there are further developments that would allow the teams to participate, will they be allowed to jump back at any point in the season?
No, they will not be. The decision is final. They know what they have to do. They'll be checking in with us and we'll be checking in with them every month. How many tickets have you been selling? What your groups look like? What's your sponsorship look like? So this is not going dark. This is for them to revamp and restructure their business model. And as we know, Mesquite's going to be a great franchise. And Soccer Sam, I mean, he's one of the biggest fans of the game, and he's done awesome in Rochester. So this is not a step backward. This is more of a take a look and see and get ready for the following year. So remember, we need to get the schedule out very soon. So we can't get the schedule out in September and then make a decision that if Mesquite or Rochester will be coming back, that's going to be way too late. So we're excited with the teams we have. We're excited with the teams that we're going to have.
Absolutely. And I've got my Rochester Lancers scarf behind me. I wanted to give a shout out to Soccer Sam. Nothing but love. And obviously nothing but love to Mesquite. We're looking forward to seeing Tattoo behind the helm there. I mean, we talked enough about who isn't playing. We now understand and obviously hope to see the other clubs back in action sooner rather than later. We know the amount of attention your participation in this league is going to bring. I know it's been mentioned in previous interviews. I know it was talked about with Craig Elston on his Soccer's podcast. How important is expansion and how much of a focus is it going to be moving forward for the league?
We're not going to expand just to expand. Again, this first year is taking a look at every facet of the game on and off the field. I think we need to clean up some things. Having JP and Shep involved with the TV and the sponsorship, I think is going to be awesome. With Rob Stryer with sponsorship, I think it's going to be awesome. I think once we get everything cleaned up, shine the car, get new tires on it, then we're going to be able to expand. But we're not going to expand just for the sake of expanding. I mean, look at Major League Soccer. They dropped a couple teams and went back, and they're embarking on having 30 franchises, and they've done a wonderful job. So again, this year is for us to really look at everything that we possibly can do to make this look great for the future sponsors and, of course, future owners that will come into the league.
Absolutely. And you mentioned it, you touched on it. I mean, have there been any recent developments in regards to corporate sponsorship? Anything occurred that we can discuss? And follow up to that, what expectations or goals do you have for the upcoming season?
Yeah, well, let's first talk about the sponsorship and expansion. Once the announcement went out, it was really exciting for all of us of how many people picked up the phone or sent an email and said, how do we get in? What's the cost? Um, how many teams do you want in the next 5 years? It was really exciting, the outpouring. And as far as sponsorship, I think having Rob Stryer aboard, I think it's about who you know, and he knows so many people in the sponsorship world. We do have some big announcements to be coming up to be made soon, but we can't make those just as yet.
Understood. On a more personal level, how excited are you to kick the season off in just a couple of months?
Well, as everybody knows, I love indoor soccer. I've always had. I mean, I spent majority of my adult life in indoor soccer. The game is just fantastic. I can hardly wait till it kicks off. I can hardly wait to go around to the different cities, and not only to see the coaches, players, and the referees and the owners. I want to go and I want to see the fans. The fans is what drives this great sport, and they've always had. And I think that'll be an exciting time for all of us. There are some other exciting things. We have talked to U.S. Soccer about getting back into the fold. We are going to make a huge presence at the United Soccer Coaches Convention in Kansas City in the middle of January. There is a lot of exciting things. The referee program, Ryan Sigich, has done an awesome job. We've been talking about inducting some referees into the Hall of Fame, which is well overdue. So again, we're very excited about the season coming up, and we're extremely proud and happy about the members that we have. We have a great group of teams and owners, coaches and players, and I can't wait to have the kickoff.
I share your sentiment there. It's been far too long already. I'm chomping at the bits, constantly waiting for league announcements. So excited to see that there's going to be exhibition games announced. We got a game on Saturday to get to watch on the Facebook streaming services. Very exciting stuff. Now, let's hop in our time machine real quick for a second. We're at the end of the season. The Ron Newman Cup final has just concluded. The season is over. You're getting to kick back and relax for the first time really all season. Looking back, what would have to occur? What does a successful season look like for you in your inaugural year as commissioner of this league?
I think at the end of the season, if we can take all the aspects that we talked about from A to Z, and if we could improve on all those aspects by 25%, sponsorship, fan base, social media, we can take all those and said we improved by 25% in 1 year. That would be a great milestone for us, and also a great opportunity to leap forward in the second and third year.
Absolutely. That very, very good goals, very accomplishable goals. I'm so excited. And I mean, folks, as far as MASL Insider is concerned, that's all the time we have for this edition. Once again, it's been an honor and a privilege getting to chat with Keith Tozer today. Hope to see you soon. Would love to have a chance to simply just shake your hand and just say thank you. Thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for all that you're going to do. I know there are so many people who love this game that are excited to see you in this position. We know this game is incredible. And if there's anyone that could take the MASL to the promised land, it's our holy MASL Trinity of commissioners. Thank you, Keith.
Billy, it's been great to be on with you. Hey, let me just say a couple of things. I'm asking all the MASL fans now and the future, be patient. This will take some time to change the culture and create a system. Be positive. When we all talk positive about this great sport, and remember, we need to get back into the conversation of soccer in this country. We need to be right there next to the outdoor soccer and to the futsal movement. Indoor soccer creates great players, and it's a great game on its own, and be very excited about it. I think if we can be patient, be positive, be excited, we're going to take it to the next level. And we need all of our fans and our followers to be like that.
I love it. Be patient, be positive. That should be the motto going forward in the season. I love it. Keith, thank you once again. It's been an honor, a privilege, and I look forward to checking in with you over the course of the season just to see how things are going.
Hey, Philly, is that an LA Lasers jersey over your left shoulder?
I'm glad you mentioned that. I put that out there in honor of you, and I also have this right here.
Oh, my Lord. That's awesome. Well, I coached there for 3 years with the Bus family. So that was a great franchise. Love to have a team back in LA one of these days.
Absolutely. I live in LA. Wouldn't mind having a shorter commute. I appreciate your time today. Thank you, Keith.